Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions March 29, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. March 29, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. Did we not say there would be a phase where they're going to show them the lower notes, ATMs, the new exchange rate, bulletin boards on the street, at the CBI, commercials? Article. The central bank announces new plans to expand the As Reflect campaign over the next 2 months. This is it. The definition of this word is extremely important: financial literacy. EMO. This is the start of the campaign of the education of the new exchange rate of the new currency. I think this is big. March 29, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z article. Sudanese. U.S. sanctions have contributed to reforming the banking system, and the rise in the dollar returns to construction. It is more reliable now. And international groups are coming to Iraq. Changes being done by Ernst & Young, and Iraq fully controls their accounts in the U.S. Federal Reserve, and there is no American guardianship over them. This is big. March 29, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat, PM's advisor. Iraq's oil exports to the U.S. increased by 110% in 2 years. The situation is much, much different than in the Dr. Shabibi days. I mean, a much better way. The economic situation in Iraq is hardly about to crash. March 29, 2025 Intel Guru Bruce, via Wiser Now. What I'm hearing from multiple sources, the bondholders should get access to their funds over the weekend, and we're hoping that is Saturday. We're believing we'd get to set our appointments, more likely Saturday or Sunday. We're looking good as everything is coming together. March 29, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. The 112 system they have in place under the tripartite budget, paying salaries etc., doesn't turn on the oil in the Kurdistan region. I believe it's because of a real effective exchange rate has to be applied for valuation. March 28, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. Sadani used the stopwatch to stop time in Iraq. Nothing is moving forward, not at 1310. He's going to release the new exchange rate when he starts that clock up again. March 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. They talk about integration into the global financial system. So why haven't they done it at 1310? The answer is because they've not. That's pretty simple. I think we can all see that. March 28, 2025 Intel Guru Bruce, via Wiser Now. They are continuing to test other processes for the release of the revaluation of RV, if you will. The releases of everything that we need to begin our exchanges. It looks like we're going to get our notifications over the weekend, and maybe even start Saturday or Sunday and go right through Monday. March 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Sadani's advisor to Rudao. The central bank's gold reserves increased by 10 tons. Quote, Mazhar Muhammad Saleh told Rudao Media Network on Saturday, March 22, 2025, that the Central Bank of Iraq has raised its gold reserves within its investment portfolio from 152 tons to 162 tons. An increase of 10 tons of gold. This increase indicates the continuation of Iraq's strategy to diversify its foreign reserves and enhance long-term financial and monetary stability. March 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson. The central bank announces new plans to expand the I Spend For You campaign over the next 2 months. March 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. The 112 system they have in place under the tripartite budget, paying salaries etc. doesn't turn on the oil into the Kurdistan region. I believe it's because of a real effective exchange rate has to be applied for valuation. March 28, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru FNULNU article. The Empire Strikes Back. Trump 2.0 and Iraq's dollar accounts at the Federal Reserve. This article dispels a few of the important myths promulgated by the Dinarian community. 1. The auctions have been stopped. 2. The removal of American troops is a fact and inevitable. 3. Iran profits from the dollar auctions. 4. DFI funds have been returned to Iraq. 5. Iraq is decoupling from the 6 United States dollars. The dollar will not always dominate Iraq's financial future. I have stated several times that the USA will never leave Iraq. This comprehensive Iraqi synopsis shows this to be the case. March 28, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. stresses that the reform plan for central bank system will be launched at Eid al-Fitr at the end of today. And this plan is most important for the history of Iraq. I would think a new rate would also be important to the history of Iraq. A golden age, if you will. March 28, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 I see so many things that are not for 1310. We could make a long list and we still wouldn't complete the list. What's the list? All the things that are waiting for the new exchange rate? 1310 is not for what Sudani is going to do. March 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman article quote. Sudani said the United States Treasury described the progress in reforming the banking system as the revaluation we dreamed of. That's the United States Treasury saying that. Quote. He also promised to launch a reform plan to correct the banking sector, which is the most important in Iraq's history. This doesn't sound like things of the past. I've never seen this type of language before, especially coming from a prime minister. Quote. We will launch the reforms after Eid. That's huge. If he sticks to his guns and sticks to what he says, that's not very far off. Quote. He says it will be the most important plan since the founding of the Iraqi state. Really? Have you ever heard that before? I don't think so. I haven't. This is a wow. 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 March 28, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Al-Sudani. Restrictions are useful. And I asked the Americans about their silence on the dollar chaos before me. Quote. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani promised to launch a reform plan to correct the banking sector, which is the most important in Iraq's history. The Iraqi banking system has reached such a level of reliability that international banks have begun opening credit lines here. We have contracted with Oliver Wyman to reform the private banking system, and we will launch the reform plan after Eid. March 28, 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z, via PDK, article. The Minister of Planning announces the completion of the preparation of the budget tables and their submission to the Council of Ministers. Yes, we are finally getting some solid movement on that front. This gives us a bit of hope for this weekend. March 28, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT GOAT. The oil and gas law is not all about oil revenue sharing to the citizens. Instead, it is a law to be put in place to govern how oil in general will be managed in Iraq. Article. Distributing oil revenues to Iraqis. Economic collapse inevitable within 2 years. This controversy is escalating in Iraq over lawsuits filed by citizens demanding their share of oil revenues. An expert has warned of the disastrous economic consequences of such demands at this time. This revenue sharing can only happen once the economy is stable and these other sources of revenues rival the oil revenues. Will oil profit sharing happen? Yes, I believe it will happen, just not now. I would not place my time of concentration on this event as a trigger for the RV. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: IraqiDinarChat.net